Alright, boys, hello, welcome, it's me. I'm PokemonChallenges, the best YouTube intro maker in the world. Oh, I also am really good at Nuzlocks. Today, we're going to take a look at all the held items you could be using in your Nuzlocks, and we're going to put them into a tier list, seeing which ones are the best, which ones are the worst, which ones are kind of in the middle. If you're not already subscribed, go subscribe to the channel right now, or I'm going to hurt the sloth. That's right, I'm going to do it. You might think that you're subscribed, but you're actually not. So go scroll down real quick to make sure that you're subscribed, because otherwise, sloth gets it, okay? Anyway, let's look at some held items. All right, we got a bunch of held items here. This is up to Gen 8. Full disclosure, I've only ever done like one Gen 8 Nuzlocke and one Gen 7 Nuzlocke, so for a lot of these items, I just don't know. A lot of these are also like post-game items. All right, starting out with Absorb Bulb, which I believe raises your special attack when you're hit by a water-type move. I mean, like, I guess it has its niche uses. Like, I could imagine you planning for a fight and this actually being relevant. It's just like, it's so niche. But I mean, technically, it's kind of relevant. I think the same goes for Adrenaline Orb. Is Adrenaline Orb consumed? A lot of these held items are a lot worse because they are consumed in the fight. So you can only use them once. So unless they're like farmable. I guess the same goes for Air Balloon. Air Balloon is also consumed, right? Sorry, I didn't explain. Adrenaline Orb raises your speed when you get intimidated, which is super niche. Air Balloon is only one-time use, but I feel like that one-time use can actually be so good. It can actually be so good. I feel like this can like save you a fight potentially in a Nuzlocke. So I'm gonna put this in B tier. I think it's actually like really good. The fact that it's only one use. Oh, I'm gonna add another tier. So there's a couple items here that are weird, right? Like Amulet Coin is like technically pretty nice, but you can farm infinite money in like almost every Pokemon game anyway. It just makes farming faster. So it's like a utility item kinda, right? There's no actual in-game competitive use. So I'm gonna make a tier that's utility. Just stuff that like makes like quality of life stuff. So Amulet Coin will make your money grinds faster, for example. Utility, okay. Oh, Aspir Berry, right. That's so niche. I mean, at least berries you can farm, so they're not technically one use. But like freeze berries are like, there's no instant freeze moves. Like you're not playing around like a Hypnosis or a Thunder Wave or something, right? This is literally just like, oh man, I hope I don't get frozen on this very 10% Ice Beam roll. Assault Vest is really good. Just a straight up special defense boost for not using any non-damaging moves is super good. Just like that's free special defense for like most of your mons. You can't get this item in most of your runs, but if you do get it, this item is great. Berry Juice is, I mean, it's useful early game. So I'll put it in B tier. This is like one of the best healing held items you can get early game. It obviously falls off later because it heals a flat amount. Where do you get it? A lot of Pokemon hold it, right? I think. Big Root is so niche. It's just not good. Big Root increases the damage of your draining moves. It doesn't, no. It doesn't increase your damage. It increases your healing from draining moves. And like Leech Seed, Ingrain, Aqua Ring. This can be good, but I feel like most of the time, it's 30% healing increase. Why not just equip like a Miracle Seed and make your Giga Drain do 20% more damage and therefore 20% more healing? That seems so much better. I feel like this is for exactly some weird like Ingrain, Aqua Ring, Leech Seed strat kind of shit. It's not a good item. I feel like it's just outclassed. Binding Band, I think this is called. Totally not like we looked it up. We looked up every item earlier, so I don't have to look it up during the edit. This doubles the damage from binding moves, which like, okay. And, all right. Why not just use a real move? It's a Nuzlocke, so you're playing against AI, so AI never switches anyway. So binding moves are garbage. Black Sludge is really good. You'll see Black Sludge a lot in my runs because I have Leftovers clause. We'll talk about Leftovers later, but basically I only allow one instance of Leftovers on my teams because Leftovers is so good. But Black Sludge is Leftovers that only works on poison type Pokemon. I don't have that restriction for Black Sludge, so poison types will always wear like Black Sludge in my run, so you'll see that item a lot. Poison types are also pretty common. This item's pretty damn good. Poison types also usually like that kind of recovery as well. This is just some stupid legendary item. What was this? Blunder Policy? This is like gain speed if you miss a move or some dumb shit like that, right? You don't even gain damage, so you don't even get to make up for your missed move. You get speed. That's so So you get to like get the speed increase on like your defensive Fire Blast user. So you can roll for Fire Blast again the next turn and be faster than your opponent. I don't see where this would ever be useful. Oh, it's also consumed. Nice. Yeah. Bright Powder is pretty decent. It adds a 10% miss chance to your opponent moves. That's pretty good. That can definitely save you sometimes. It's pretty unreliable, but it can just like, it can add some safety. I honestly wish I got this in more of my runs because I think it's like cool content to get like Quick Claw and Bright Powder procs. Cell Battery is this, it's like you get attack when you get hit by an electric type move. It's like Absorb Bulb. It's just terrible. Cherry Berries are okay. We've used them in Emerald Kaizo a lot. I'll put them in B tier. I think preventing paralysis is, especially in like Gen 3 games where you can like guarantee the enemy to like Thunder Wave when you're faster. This is actually a pretty damn good item. Being able to just heal through a paralysis and like bait another Thunder Wave the next turn as well. I think Cherry Berries are a good item. What is this? Chesto? I mean, Chestos are nice too. Preventing sleep is pretty good because sleep is, as we've established, pretty busted. Also, you have Chesto Resto stuff. You equip a Chesto Berry and you rest. That's pretty good too. Choice items are all busted. Giga busted. They're one of the reasons you don't play on Switch mode. In Switch mode, these are S++ tier. In set mode, they're all still really good. Switching is so free in Nuzlocke, it's so easy resetting the choice items. Choice Scarf is insane for making like bulky, strong mons fast. Choice Specs, Choice Band, obviously all insane. They make aggressive strats so damn good. If you ever get a choice item, you can get choice specs in like your Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and your Platinum runs. These items are insane. Cleanse Tag is a utility item. You should always have repels anyway. Damp Rock. Damp Rock is okay. Rain strats are actually kind of viable in Nuzlocke. I don't know if it's A tier to be honest. Like Rain Dance strats are good. But how many of them benefit that much from getting 2 extra turns, you know? I feel like it's a little niche. I like if you're doing a rain strat, you're not always going to benefit from using this item. It is 3 extra turns. I might be putting a little bit too much in B tier. I don't know, we'll see. Deep Sea Tooth and Deep Sea Scale are actually both pretty good. They give 50% special defense or special attack to Clamp Roll respectively. Specifically, Deep Sea Tooth actually makes Clamperl kind of a viable Pokemon to use. If you get this early, which I think you can in a few ROM hacks. I don't know about vanilla games. I remember using Deep Sea Tooth Clamperl in Rising Ruby and it was actually kind of busted. Is it better to just evolve though? Not necessarily, no. So yeah, this specifically Deep Sea Tooth I think is actually kind of okay. And then Deep Sea Scale is kind of bad. Real quick, I'm kind of reconsidering this. I'm putting Cherry Berry and Chesto Berry in A tier because I think they're actually like genuinely really useful items that'll like get you a lot of mileage. Because they're just so like universally usable. A lot of this about like how niches. Does Destiny Bond even have an in-game effect? It infatuates back. Oh, so if you get infatuated, you get infatuated back. That's so stupid. Drives are for Genesect. Oh, eject button is so hard to evaluate because I've never actually used it. I feel like eject button would be really good. I think eject button is potentially really good. Being able to get a free switch on something seems really nice. I think if I got to use this, I think I would use it a lot. So if you get hit by a damaging move and you don't faint, I feel like this would be really useful. The thing is it gets consumed. Oh, it's single use. That makes it way worse, actually. Oh, being single use makes it so much worse. That actually matters so much for Nuzlocke. Yeah, I can't put this above like B tier if it's single use. I think it's probably too niche anyway, the more I think about it. Now, Eject Pack turns like Draco Meteor and Overheat into like U-turn for a turn. It's still, I assume this is single use too. That's pretty awesome though. But it's still single use, so I have to put it B tier. Like the berries are single use, obviously, but you can plant those, right? And they're like recoverable. All right, Everstone is just utility. Eviolite is busted. So good. You get it really early in a lot of games, which is crazy. It's not even about like Dusclops or Porygon 2 or Rhydon or anything. It's just like getting this item early on, which you do in a lot of games, just gives you like super defensive Pokemon. You put this on like everything. +1, so +1 defense, +1 special defense for all unevolved Pokemon. This is such a good item. Expert Belt is pretty nice. I think it's an A tier item. It's very versatile. You can use it in almost any fight. 20% damage is great. Yeah, awesome item. Reusable, you know, flexible. You'll use this in almost any fight. Experience share is good utility. Well, technically, so with my rule set, experience share actually has in-battle uses, right? Because with my rule set, you're allowed to over-level the gym leader as you, like, in the gym leader fight. That actually, for my personal use, gives it more than just out-of-battle utility. Not only that, but also there's XP dumping, which is with level, when you're playing with level caps, the act of putting an XP share on one of your Pokemon to siphon XP away from your other Pokemon so that your other Pokemon can be higher level without over leveling. So I think XP share is actually like it's kind of hard to say. I would almost put it in A tier because it technically allows you to have like +2 levels on like all of your Pokemon during a fight, depending on like what you're doing and if you're playing with level caps and everything. But for my personal rule set, I think experience share is an A tier item. That's utility. No. That's stats that your Pokemon have in a battle that they otherwise would not be able to have. That's 2 extra levels that my Pokemon can have for a trainer fight because the XP is being siphoned away the entire time. Utility is for like making go faster or adding like quality of life, like not having to cancel evolutions. I think it's an A tier item. So Flame Orb and Toxic Orb are actually garbage because you can just poison or burn your Pokemon before the fight. I guess these would be good for like fling strats, trick strats, but why not just use Toxic at that point? I think these are actually F tier items. Oh, they're utility items though, because you can use them to burn / poison your Pokemon before the fight without having to like have a wild Pokemon spam Poison Sting at you. Oh, I guess there's technically some ROM hacks where you get, or there's some fights where you get healed before the fight, but I think that's too niche. I'm putting these in utility. Float Stone, it makes your Pokemon lighter. I guess it technically gives you damage on some things. It reduces low kick damage, huh? I guess you could use Flame and Toxic Orb for the Elite Four, but whatever. Focus Band is kind of like Bright Powder. It can save you sometimes. It's okay. It'll lead to some hype moments. I think that's cool. Focus Sash is really, really good, but again, has the problem that it's consumable. But I think it's still A tier. Even only using this once in your Nuzlocke can completely turn the tides of the battle. Focus Sash is such a damn good item. Also, I think you can farm these in some games, right? Same with Air Balloon, actually. Focus Sash leaves you at 1 HP if you were to die from full HP, which is huge. It's not S tier because in some games it's just you only get one of them. Gems are really good. I didn't think this, but after having played Blaze Black, gems are really good. So a gem, there's one gem of each type, and the gem will increase the damage from that type for one time during the battle by 50%, which is sometimes all you need for a fight. Flying Gem Acrobatics is obviously the biggest one, but there's other. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 30%, not 50%. Well, maybe they're actually A tier. The thing is they're farmable, right? And they're farmable early. You can use these a lot. I'm gonna put it in A tier because it is 30%. It's 50% in Gen 5. Yeah, I thought so. I think in Gen 5 these are S tier, and then in other gens they're like, well, they don't really exist in other gens, right? I'm gonna put them in S tier. These are really good, like really, really good. Grip Claw makes your wrap moves last 5 turns. Nobody cares. Sunny Day is Sun teams are way less useful than Rain teams, or way less common than Rain teams because water types are so much more common. So I'm gonna put Heat Rock like down here. I don't think Heavy Duty, I've never used them, but I don't think Heavy Duty boots would be really good. You don't really play against entry hazards in Nuzlocks. I think they're actually C tier. Icy Stone is what this is called, right? It's for longer hail, which is like by far the worst weather condition. So it's like down here. Icy Rock. Iron Ball just makes you heavier, increases Iron Tail damage on you. Nobody cares. Keyberry. Yeah, you get a defense increase when you get hit by a physical move. That's all right, I guess. It's not terrible. I'll put this in like B tier. It's not bad. King's Rock is kind of like Focus Band or Bright Powder. It just sometimes gives you a flinch. It gives you a free turn sometimes, which these two also do. They do it in like slightly different ways. King's Rock is worse because it only works on fast Pokemon. Lagging Tail always makes you slower, which has its uses, but it's really rare. Leftovers is obviously S tier. It's not above the choice items, but It's somewhere here. Leftovers is so busted. The reason I do a leftovers clause in my Nuzlocks is because leftovers are such a common item. You can just thief them off of like Munchlaxes in most games. And then just you would run around with like 6 leftovers really early, which is boring. So I want to encourage more like diverse item usage, which is why I restrict leftovers specifically. Leftovers restores, 1/16 of your HP every turn. That's good on like every Pokemon, even on like offensive Pokemon. It's great. It's a fantastic item. Lepa berries technically have some in-game use or like some in-battle use, but it's so niche restoring your PP that I don't think it goes anywhere but F tier. Yeah, Life Orb is really good. I don't think it's S tier. I think it's A tier though. I think 30% damage is really good. I think it's on like the cusp of S tier. The extra damage you take is a little rough, like the recoil. And you have to remember, it's 30% damage, and like you get 20% from type boosting items. So like I think the trade-off is like not that crazy, but I think it's like at the cusp of being S tier. I just don't think it's as broken as these other items. Light Ball increases damage for Pikachu. Who cares? I guess it's good if you have it on a Pikachu. Light Clay is okay. It increases the duration of screens, and screens are actually kind of good in Nuzlocke. I'd probably actually put this in A tier. I think screens are really good. Yeah, Light Clay gives you like more turns of screens, which is great. Low pinch HP berries. This is like Wiki Berry and stuff, just like that give you 33% HP. These are pretty good. These are some pretty good healing items if you can get them. The confusion part obviously doesn't matter because you can just look up your opponent's, your Pokemon's nature and see which one they like, which is fine. Lucky Egg is just a utility item. I guess technically getting more experience in like a gym leader fight, if you're playing with level caps that move on as you challenge the gym leader, it technically gives you a little bit of an advantage in a gym leader fight, but it should be negligible. I think this is just a utility item for grinding. It's a good one though. So I don't know why this item exists, but yeah, Lucky Punch increases the crit rate of Chanseys, which yeah. Lumberries are really good. Lumberries is an A tier item. It's not S tier, but I think Lumberries are great. Healing any status condition as it pops up is obviously really good. Better than Cherry or Chestoberry because it could do any, but it's a really good item. This thing increases like attack when you get hit by a water move or something. I didn't read it because it seemed really garbage, so it's probably down here. Macho Brace is for utility. I guess technically it's kind of like Lagging Tail because it decreases your speed in battle, but yeah, Macho Brace is a great utility item because you should be EV training in your Nuzlocks if you're playing like harder ROM hacks or something. Macho Brace just doubles the amount of EVs that you get. Moringa Berry. Oh, it's the same as the other one, the Key Berry, except for special defense instead of defense. So, I mean, that makes it pretty decent. Mega Stones, I mean, it obviously depends on the Mega. Yeah, Megas are usually really busted in Nuzlocke, so I'm gonna put them in S tier. Just overall, Megas are really, really good. I have no idea if Sil Valley or whatever is good in Nuzlocks, so I'll put this here. Mental Herb prevents like Taunt, Infatuation, Disable. It's kind of niche, but if you can make it work, we use it in Radical Red. It's like okay. It's like somewhere here. I don't know. It's pretty niche, but it can work. Quick Powder makes Ditto faster. Wait, no, this is Metal Powder, which gives Ditto like special defense or some shit. No, it gives Ditto defense, but not when it's transformed, which is like really bad. Don't use Ditto. Metronome increases your damage on a move the more often you use it in succession. I think this is a pretty good item. It's like B tier. This definitely has its uses for like sweeps on certain things. So I think the first time it does no extra damage, and then it goes to 10, and then it goes to 20, and then to 30%, and so on. I think it's underrated, yeah. You can sweep with it. It's pretty interesting. Does it jump by 20%? I thought it jumped by 10. It's 20% in later gens. Ooh, in later gens, this is actually pretty good then, yeah. Muscle Band just increases your physical moves by 10%. That's fine. It's a fine early game item. Oranberry just restores a little bit of HP. It's nice early game, I guess, but nothing really to write home about. But I think it's decent. It's got its uses early game. It's pretty good. Pecha Berry cures poison, which I think is worse than curing paralysis or sleep. I'll put it like down here. Probably B tier. Persimmberry. Curing confusion is better than curing poison, but it's worse than curing paralysis or sleep. So I'll put it like down here. Power Herb makes you instantly move on like Sky Attack, Solar Beam. That's so niche. Like, you're probably, and it's a one-time consume item. Power items are utility for EV training. Padded gloves prevent contact effects, which is fine, but pretty niche. Quick Claw is kind of like these items, except it's better because it's got a 20% proc rate. So it can give you a free turn, only on a slower Pokemon, but it can give you a free turn 20% instead of 10% of the time, which is pretty great. It's just not very reliable. Quick Powder makes your Ditto faster. Don't use Ditto. Rostberry prevents or heals burn, which is better than healing poison and probably actually better than healing confusion, but it's definitely not nearly as good as healing paralysis or sleep, so I'll put it like here. Red card. The red card, basically, when you get hit, you roar the opponent, which seems too niche. Like, you almost never use roar in your Nuzlocks, so why are you using a red card, I guess? It's just too niche, I think. It's also single use. This is just some Groudon shit. Ring target makes you not have immunities, which, like, if you trick that onto an opponent, I guess it's good, but the opportunity to do that seems really low, so I'm gonna put it in C tier. Rocky, I actually am a big fan of Rocky Helmet. I think I overrate it a little bit, but I think Rocky Helmet is a good item. It deals damage on contact. It's like Rough Skin, but in item form. I think it's a great option on some physically defensive mons. I think it can make you hit some ranges. It actually deals a pretty decent amount of damage. Room service lowers your speed when setting up Trick Room. Honestly, I think Trick Room teams can be pretty good. This seems like a decent item for a Trick Room team, but it's just a little too niche, I think. Lepa berries on walls with recovery. You might be right. I'll put it in C tier. All right, this is some bullshit. Safety goggles prevents like sandstorm damage, powder moves. It's good and competitive, but like, come on, when are you using this? Scope lens increases your crit rate, which is kind of bad. I'll put it down here because it can be decent with some mons and some moves. You can get like pretty ridiculous crit rates at some point, but Shed Shell is way too niche. It allows you to switch when you normally wouldn't be able to. Well, actually, wait, Shed Shell allows you to switch out of Shadow Tag, right? That's actually kind of good. Because Wobbuffets are actually really dangerous in Nuzlocks, and this is like a really easy answer to them. I'm putting this in B tier. I think that's actually kind of okay. Arena Trap is a concern too. I think this is like a good item if you can plan. Man, Shell Bell is so garbage. Oh man, I wish Shell Bell was good. Shell Bell's biggest problem is that it's outclassed so hard. It heals you for 1/8 of the damage that you do. I think it could be buffed to like more than that. Leftovers is almost always better. Low HP Pinchberries are usually better. 1/4 would still be balanced. Honestly, maybe, yeah. This item is so bad. It really needs a buff. I think 1/6 would be a conservative buff to this. It's okay. It's just so outclassed by everything else, you know? By every other healing item. I'm gonna put it in low B tier though, because it is pretty useful. If you have no other healing objects, you're just never gonna use it because all your healing items are gonna be better. Citrus Berry is pretty good. I'll put it up here with the low HP Pinchberries. Smoke Ball is, well, I guess it's technically not utility because it does allow you to flee from wild battles, which are a battle. So I'm actually gonna put it in like C tier because it actually does have its uses. Actually, you know what? I'm putting this in B tier. I think this can actually be okay. Smooth Rock, increasing Sandstorm. I mean, it's better than increasing Hail, but not by a lot. Snowball is down here with like Water Bulb. It makes you raise, what? It raises your special attack when you get hit by an ice type move, or like your attack. Nobody cares. Soothe Bell's utility just gives you more friendship. Soul Dew, this is just for Latios. Stat raising Pinchberries I think are really good. They're super underutilized. I almost never use them. I feel like you never get the opportunity to because they're late game, but I think if you got to use them, like Salak or Pitaya or Lychee Berry, I think could be pretty decent. Although getting down to that HP while preventing a crit, I guess, is a little risky. I think this, I would have to use them a little bit more. I'd have to test them a little bit more. I think these are really good. Probably like B tier, honestly. I mean, Stick is better than Lucky Punch because crit rate actually matters on Farfetch'd, so I'll put it here. You still shouldn't be using a Farfetch'd though. What is it? Sticky Part like deals damage, and then when you make contact, it goes onto the opponent? Is that how that works? That's pretty niche, and then you never get it back. Oh, that's pretty awful, actually. Super effective damage reducing berries are really good. If you're planning for a fight, these can be like game changing. These are so good. If you get hit by a super effective electric type attack, Walking Berry, it gets reduced by 50%. It's really good. Get out your Gyarados, you know, Walking Berry, set up a D-Dance, sweep. Pretty classic application, but there's a lot of shit that goes into it. I think this is really good. Getting that one extra turn, getting that extra HP can like change the tides of a battle so much. And you can pretty reliably do it too. Terrain Extender and Terrain Seeds. I honestly have no idea. I've never played with Terrain in Nuzlocke before. Thick Club makes your Marowak way better, which is actually really good. It's only for Marowak, so I guess it's niche, but it like doubles your Marowak's attack, right? Throat Spray just seems a little bit too slow and too niche. It increases your special attack after you use a... Wait, is it before you apply the damage or after your sound-based move? Like, does it turn your sound-based move into a charge beam for 1 turn? Yeah, that just seems a little slow and a little niche. I'll put it down here because it's technically a pretty good buff. This is just for like legendaries. Type-based damage enhancers are great. Silk Scarfs, Mystic Water is pretty great. It's 20% in later gens, 10% in earlier ones. It's pretty good. It's alongside Expert Belt there. Just good free damage for fights. That's great. It can help you hit a lot of ranges that you otherwise wouldn't hit. This umbrella that prevents sun and rain effects. Nobody cares about this. Weakness policy, I think, is okay. It's actually great. I think weakness policy is awesome. It's consumed though, right? And it's probably kind of hard to get back. So I'll put it like down here. It's a little niche and it's consumed, but I do think there's quite a few fights where you would use this. You get hit by a super effective move and then you increase your special attack and attack. That's not bad. You should be able to manip a pretty good super effective move that doesn't hurt you too much in a lot of cases. White Herb reverses stat changes. It's consumable, but I mean that's kind of nice with like Overheat Draco Meteor or like on an Intimidate Mon. It's just like kind of hard to get back and it's consumable. I guess Shell Smash White Herb is a thing. I'll put this in like B, low B. I don't know. Wide Lens increases your accuracy. This item is actually pretty good, I think. I think a lot of Pokemon very much benefit from this. Because there's a lot of really weird low accuracy moves that don't need to be low accuracy that just gives you a little bit more reliability. I'll put this in B tier. Wise Glasses just gives you a little bit of like 10% extra special damage, which, you know, whatever. It's on the level of Focus Band. It's fine. It's nice to have. Zoom Lens is the one that makes you slower, but makes you like... Wait, hold on. I always forget what this item does. If you're slower, it's a better Wide Lens. That's pretty good. It's probably not quite as good as Wide Lens, but it's definitely up here. And then I think Z Crystals are pretty busted. That's a lot of damage. It's only 1 time, but I mean, so are gems, right? Z Crystals are pretty damn good. That's all the held items in Pokemon ranked for Nuzlocking. I hope you learned something from this video. I don't know why I'm doing... Never mind. Don't leave that one in. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and leave a like and a comment and a subscription and let me know in the comments section which one I was the most wrong about so I can not read the comments and go about my day being happy because I don't have to read your guys' bullshit. Alright, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you guys in the next one. Peace. Today, we're taking a look at the best... No, that doesn't make any sense. Today, we're taking a look at... I can do this. I can do this. Do I have a pimple? God damn it. And today... this is so hard.